Godfrey Suubi. I'm the former Central Executive Committee member in charge Central Region, that's Buganda. I'm also former Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. I'm also former Member of Parliament for 3 terms, representing Mityana County North in the Parliament of Uganda. I'm a former Resident District Commissioner, representing His Excellency the President in Karamoja and the Kabongo district in particular. I'm also former chairman of the Buganda Parliamentary Caucus. And I'm also a founder member of the National Resistance Party. I'm founder number 36. We call ourselves the promoters. I've come here to renew my expression of interest with the NRM Electoral Commission on the 2 positions on the by-election that's going to take place. For the 2 positions, one for Honorable James Kakoza, another one for Honorable Dennis Namara, who joined the National Parliament. So I'm here because I had expressed interest before, but because we had, I think, according to, we had expressed more earlier, so now they said, no, we should redo it. So today, 30th of June, 2026, I've renewed my expression of interest with the NRM Electoral Commission. So I request them to forward my name to the Central Executive Committee, which later will forward my name to the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, and finally to the Parliament of Uganda to represent this country to the East African community. Why Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi? First of all, I come on board with clean hands. I've been in leadership for a very long time, but nothing you can talk about Kiwanda in terms of corruption. As a former minister, as a former member of parliament, as a former resident district commissioner, I move with my head high. That is very important. At a time when we are fighting corruption, it's very important that we have people with integrity. Number 2, I come with experience. The East African Parliament should not be for people to begin with. I don't believe that people should begin their journey of politics with the East African community. No. East Africa, it's a representation that you have come here to represent the country. You must have the country at your fingertips. Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi, as a former resident district commissioner, for example, of Karamoja, when you are going to talk about the disarmament of the region, you know, I was an RDC in Kabongo. Kabongo touches 2 international borders, that is South Sudan and Kenya. And all these countries are members of the East African community. And the problem we have with the Toposas, the Matheniko, the Bokora, the Jie, the Trukanas is basically about disarmament. It's about cattle rustling. So these are the things that we are going to address at a regional level. Things that cannot be addressed at a country level, at an individual country level, but a regional level. So when you talk about disarmament, it's something that you cannot say that somebody should just be beginning to join the East African community. Number 2, as a former Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, we want to sell Uganda want to sell East Africa as a unit. It's very important that we sell East Africa with a single tourism visa. So how do we promote the single tourism visa, the one that I started when I was the Minister of Tourism? Now, among the 3 countries, that is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, you don't need to pay a tourism visa on each one of them. But we want to expand the tourism visa to cover the 7 countries of the East Africa. So that once a tourist arrives in East Africa, he can be able to tour DRC, can be able to tour Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, probably even Somalia. So it's very important that we build on building, and through tourism, we shall be making more money for the region, and we shall be doing more jobs for the people to enjoy. And it's very important that now that our people are here, we cannot base our employment for only in Uganda. We should expand our horizon as Uganda, and by expansion, we must do the East Africa. Number 3, Kiwanda, I'm coming on board as a chairman of the National Consultative Forum. As I talk now, I heard all the political parties in the country That is very important. I've just started a move to join all the political parties in East Africa. And in Rwanda, I'm already in touch with the chairman of the National Consultative Forum, Rwanda, the chairman National Consultative Forum, South Sudan. Want to bring all the political parties umbrella together so that we can share experience. That one, you need a very experienced person. So I come on board with all this, with the vast experience. When we talk about, when time comes to talk about party politics, Kiwanda is on top there. When time comes to talk about tourism, I'm there. Trade, I participated in trade as a minister. You know, tourism basically trade. Tourism is basically an export. I'm a coffee farmer, which is also very important. I'm a national ambassador for the National Coffee Research Institute. I'm a national ambassador. Over the weekend, this time I was in Bukedi with the vice president. I was in Teso with the vice president to promote coffee, into growing of coffee. And coffee is a regional crop. We must look at coffee as a region, not just as Uganda, because we must keep the quality, we must keep the quantity, we must also keep the clone, and the clone must be kept with somebody who has the knowledge. So I'm coming here with experience. I'm offering it to the party for free. This offer is for the national resistance movement. You've nurtured me. You've actually made me grow at this level. So it's time now that the national resistance movement shall benefit out of the input that they've actually inputted in me, and actually they've also nurtured a cadre. And finally, I want to request the members of parliament, of the 12th parliament, to vote for me, Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi. Vote for experience. Vote for a person who's actually with integrity. Vote a person who is knowledgeable about the region, about the East African region. I want to request the Central Executive Committee, the team that I've just served with, the members of the Central Executive Committee, the chairman of the party, General Kaguta Museveni, and all the members of the Central Executive Committee. You need a credible person. You need a person with experience that shall be presented to the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, and finally the NRM Parliamentary Caucus will push me to the National Parliament, of which I know I'll be able to convince even members of the opposition to vote for Kiwanda Godfrey Suubi. I request for your vote.
I've tried so much to serve my country, but you people have not given me an opportunity. So today I'm here. I'm requesting for an opportunity.
Those who are representing us there did not know the problems on ground.
Because I know that together we can sink or we can arrive.
Mityana Matthew, I'm somebody approachable, reliable, and accessible to present Uganda in East Africa. Intra-trade within the countries, within the East African community.
Do you realize how easy and cheap transport would be if we work on a joint infrastructure project?
It's an important message that may help us to increase our tourism ranking in the region.
To ensure that we harmonize laws and policies that have become impediment to the development of the socio-political and economic order in the Great Lakes region.
The 6 candidates from the ruling NRM party were cheered very loudly by MPs, making it difficult for some of them to deliver their speeches.
I believe that shared prosperity and strategic security all the people of East Africa. Uganda holds 47% of the agricultural arable land in the region of East Africa. We must turn this potential into a reality.
The opposition FDC party had 2 candidates, former Kabera Maido woman MP Florence Ibiekwao, who got some support from the NRM MPs.
Without community involvement, it's no market at all. I'll champion awareness. I'll vote for the people.
3 of the candidates contesting in the race are incumbent MPs. They are Mukasa Mbide of the Democratic Party, Susan Nakauchi, who's contesting as an independent candidate, and UPC's Chris Opoka.
Presenting myself to you as a tree with good fruits, honorable members.
Now stand before you seeking for re-election. Who does not want another rat? I have negated that comparison a terrible idea by repeatedly stating consistently that I cannot control in their proposal.
The campaigns had some light moments as some candidates took to the podium to deliver their speeches.
We will live to see the throne of the Lord in the land of the living. Hallelujah! 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 Our motto says to God of our country. Unless we are for God, we will be for nothing.
Alaikum salam, very happy. This man has said, salam alaikum. This East African Assembly needs balance, Madam Speaker. If you happen to see the number of members, NRM has 6, but Muslims have seen has nobody. My dear members, I kneel before you.
Maurice Cho, NTV at Parliament.